The third map between OpTic and SK. I didn't think I'd be saying that tonight,
Nope.
but I just did. And we're getting this is the iBUYPOWER Fall Invitational 16K. We're on Overpass. This was the randomizer, and SK got to be smiling. Got to pick this.
Oh yeah, they're feeling nice about this one. I mean, again, just best team in the world at Overpass. I think offline this year they're 15 for 17, so a 15-2 record in Overpass against some of the best teams in the world, including being able to beat teams like Navi, who have always historically been quite good in Overpass. So they're definitely a team that you got to favor their Overpass against a team OpTic who, like a long time ago, when some of these players were playing on teams like Conquest and stuff, they were quite good in Overpass within the North American scene, but I feel like lately, with this iteration of the lineup, and since they've been underneath the OpTic banner, basically ever since like Mixwell got involved and stuff like that, they haven't really been as prone to play it. So I don't think it's as much of a comfort for them as it used to be, like last year or something like that. In fact, I can't even really think of like recent times I've seen them play it, and like in the last couple of months or something. So yeah.
Let's see how they're gonna do. We're waiting for the players to ready up. Another upset, possibly doable, is because I guess we thought we'd never see this third map. We never thought that OpTic will actually get over SK on Cobble. Another map they're really good on, but I guess Overpass is more of a staple for SK, for sure. So let's see if they're gonna be able to pull this one out. As the server issues resolved, I think it's safe to say we're on a new one. So we're gonna be feeling good. We're waiting for one player ready up. Who is it? Who's not ready? It's Tarek. Probably starting to stream or something.
Yeah, actually, if you want a cool stat, OpTic has not played Overpass, period, since June of this year. So they haven't played it in over 3 months.
Do they ban it, typically?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a map they would get rid of. And the last time they played it, they got destroyed by NIP in E-League, 16-2. So
it's interesting that they decided to ban Nuke then. Was that more of a...
That's more of a no one really likes to play Nuke situation, and they just got burned by the randomizer. So,
well,
needless to say, like the chances of OpTic upsetting SK now is the odds have been extended even more on a map like this one, I think. But we'll see what OpTic's got. Maybe with Stanislaw calling now and with Tarek on board, they can figure something out.
Well, let's see what they can do. Test round is going to be going live. You're going to see the Glock train all armors. All armors? Yeah, multiple. Let's run with it. Meanwhile, SK, you're going to see a kid out on Fallen and a smoke as well. Fallen seems to be the guy who always kind of bites the bullet and picks up the kit, as well as a little bit of utility. Early on, OpTic Gaming are going to be able to gain connector control, but first going to spot Nafly. So OpTic Gaming with connector control, you're going to decide to rotate up towards bathrooms. They have one player towards long, but OpTic just going to be continuing this push forward, and SK playing kind of like a layered system where they gain aggression early, gain some info, fall back to site, and a lot of rotations to come through at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of the pattern of playing the ACT side of Overpasses. You can start out 4 positions by bathrooms, and you just kind of slowly fade back as you need to into safer positions and relying on your rotate from B when it's necessary. And right now, we see OpTic not only forcing the issue, they are clearing out washrooms, but they're not actually pushing all the way through just yet. But it seems like this is definitely where they want to take this one. The thing is, they don't actually have any nades, so they just have to win gunfights.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult. FNX going to be jump peeking. He's going to find them now, pushing into sight. He has to come up huge. He can't find anyone yet, and he won't. Mixwell's going to deal with him from the side. And he's going to continue to push forward, finds Fallen, and he's still playing extremely aggressive. He will finally get dealt with from cold. But OpTic Gaming have done it. They've taken the site and found the frags required. Tark can be playing closer. He'll catch Cold Zero off guard. And SK just can't connect with their shots yet. Tark's still playing towards Truck, playing this angle beautifully as 2 SK members try to take this garbage. And they're just going to get shut down as Taco and Cold can't find anything. Taco will finally find one frag. But this is all OpTic Gaming at this point, as it's all on Taco in a 1v3. What can he do? Knife was out, but Rush gonna deny the fun. And just like that, OpTic Gaming, the walk push up bathrooms, catches SK by storm.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations where it all came down to gunfights, right? And the fact that FNX was able to come up with nothing on that push with the USP certainly hurt, but OpTic is firing nicely there with those Glocks. I mean, Mixwell and Rush with 2 kills apiece really just opened that thing up and secured it. So with that, SK Gaming will go ahead and buy some grenade pistols and armor in this round. See if they can't fight right back into OpTic here. And try to see if they can't steal one away early with these Eagles and such. Tarek, though, playing very far back, just boosting up here inside the playground, just looking to see if there's going to be any pushes, which we can see that FNX and Fallen have certainly gotten a forward position here, right outside the fountain.
So slow play from OpTic. Default across the map. 2 players going to be pushed towards long. FNX with this CZ towards Rock. Can he get anything done? He's going to be able to drop Tark. Interesting that they peek solo there. And Rush a little hesitant to try to get return frag. And FNX might actually be able to get out of here. No, stand from range. Going to shut him down. But still SK finding one early. He's going to put OpTic in a little bit of an awkward situation. You can see they are going to regroup. And now they have to be concerned of SK on pistols. They're going to have to double check every corner as SK could have pushed up for any kind of map control.
Yeah, I mean, the even trade does favor OpTic, and they have to try to make sure they don't get caught by anything else. I mean, again, these CZs and Deagles can certainly be a huge problem to deal with. We can see how powerful those pistols are, and I think Cole maybe even spotted some feet there, actually crossing in the monster when he was looking through the pipe, so he might actually even be able to get a nice flank off here. You do see him sliding in a position to do just that. If they don't catch on, Cole can break this round wide open.
Rush finds one. Taco, though, with a Deagle. Now the bomb is going to start to get planted. Cold strikes. He's able to deny the bomb plant with 25 seconds on the clock. It's all on Cold. And he's going to get pushed from behind. And good lurk coming up from Mixwell, but it was close. It got scary for a moment as it looked doable for the boys on SK. But an expensive round nonetheless coming up from OpTic. And now have to rebuy some SMGs. SK, they have a little bit more money to their pockets due to some pistol kills, but maybe some upgraded pistols, maybe not. Maybe a full save as Taco seems to be the man who is going to save for that op and drop it over. But he actually is going to pick up a Deagle, so interesting plays coming out as OpTic Gaming looking to sweep up 3-0 as per it usually goes.
Yeah, once you get past that second round threat of the force buy, it's usually pretty easy to secure the third, as the other teams are definitely going to be saving here. As Cold Zera tries to get a little bit aggressive here on short, gets taken down pretty quickly. Only Fur left on the site here, just playing behind the barrels, and OpTic have no trouble clearing him out. So, yep, 3-0 start here for OpTic, but SK Gaming will be on the full buy next round, and this is one of those maps where Fallen can be so deadly with that op. Really long lanes over on the A side of the map for him to pick through, and also being able to rotate window where he is now, be able to get sight into the B-bomb site. He can be such a terror to deal with. And they also have just like a really stout B defense with Cole playing over in that site, so they have their bases really covered on the CT side, and they're usually able to put up a lot of numbers when they have guns in their hands on this map when they're defending. So OpTic, they're certainly going to have a tough time, but it's good that they were able to get that 3-0 start, get their money established for later. That's certainly going to help them out.
Sure, off the get-go, Fallen's going to go for the op and the utility. Tark's going to continue with the UMP. Other than that, rifles across the board stand on to Galil. And you're going to see SK show a little bit more aggression towards Monster. So they're going to double stack it and actually cross as well. So Cold gets into the cubby. Taco's there, going to be able to bait and switch with each other. As Mixwell is going to be here, holding towards that cheeky little tight angle you can do towards the connector. And then you can spot people crossing the door. But he is just going to continue the push up now. And OpTic pretty much, I don't know, I guess kind of like fall back into a slow, more methodical default, gain connector control, and go from there almost.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty standard stuff. You have Nat just parked outside the B-bomb site. He's normally the lurker for the team. Stanislaw was kind of a guy who wanted to always play those roles. So there's always like role conflict between Stanislaw and Nath, but Stanislaw now as the in-game leader seems to be maybe a little bit more satisfied with playing kind of like support positions with the control group over here on the A side of the map, as he and Rush will look to try to peek down long A, but Fallen going to find the first blood of the round, taking out Rush with the headshot. And so that means that OpTic have to play from a man down. They still have a lot of time left, but they're getting flanked here by FNX.
Yeah. They didn't clear long, and he's going to start this walk push. If Nafly's timing's on point, he'll be able to spot FNX, but he'll only get one, so Stan will shut him down. But FNX, with all the information now, is Fallen not yet smoked off. Beautiful, waits for the shot. And again, that internal timer taking down, and Fallen will find Mixwell now. It's all on Stan and Tark. Fallen's still going to continue to peek, because why not? If they have no answer to this, Stan will be able to find Fur in the meantime, but the push into the site, he dinks him too with the USB. That's insane. This bomb's going to get planted in the smoke. Oh, no, Fallen hits the little lip. We've seen that happen so many times, but he's going to make up for it as he is able to find Tark. And just like that, SK, on their first buy round, you can be able to lock out OpTic.
Yeah, he was trying to see if he couldn't stop a bomb plant and at least like limit their money a little bit. Not able to do that, but able to win the round nonetheless. OpTic still plenty of money to buy in this next round, though. SK do have to rebuy a couple of players, so definitely a situation where they don't want to have their money reset here. But they're off to their start, and Fallen's op is kind of showing itself off, showing you what it's capable of here, particularly on this map on the CT side. So OpTic Gaming, seeing if they can't stop SK from moving towards the tie. They're not going to have an op in play, but they do have AKs in full utility and head armor across the board, so plenty to work with still.
Plenty to work with indeed. No op on OpTic. That might come back to bite them. No money in the bank to be able to purchase that. And Fallen immediately going to go for this aggressive peek and fall back. So information gained, he'll be able to fall back for free. So now SK Gaming. Let's see how they're going to rotate on the back of this. FNX going to rotate back to bank, and Fallen still playing aggressive towards this little, I call that sandwich a bathroom, but hey, if you have another name for it, let me know. So he was going to be able to play that nice angle that allows you to hold top of connector as well as Birthday. The opening pick, and it will immediately fall back. SK not wanting to press the issue. Man advantage, no reason to at all. Let's look at this nice little boost. Tark's going to try to communicate with Mixwell. I don't think they've done this before.
Yeah, they're trying to see if they can't look over in the sandbags from a different angle, basically. You can also, like, look in the short pipe and make sure that no one's pushed in the short, but don't really get anything out of it in a particular case. And again, Fallen with that early pick has them a 5-on-4, and they've still just been stuck in that scenario on the OpTic Gaming side. So you do see Mixwell trying to get control of short B here. He is able to clear this out, and Rush is even transitioning. So it seems like they actually want to do a B execute now. Mixwell trying to lead the charge. He gets a nice headshot on the taco, so that evens the odds now, 4-on-4. Tarek staging up outside Monster to push through, but Cold's going to be waiting on the other side of that smoke.
Oh, the flash came through, but Cold was in front of it, and he's going to be able to pick them both up. So their backs are turned for the flash. Doesn't matter. Mixwell and Naf going to be able to get these entries anyway. But OpTic could have had at least another man advantage into this. It's Fallen through the smoke. He was posted up on that. Now it is just all on Fallen. And the call comes through that they double pushed water, so he's going to push to site, drop the op a little prematurely, and re-pick it up. He wants to. There you go. That's what he wants.
Yeah, trying to do this, though, is going to be so difficult. They have perfect post-plant positioning here. He's never going to know if they're going to push a monster or short together, what have you. He taps the bomb. He's trying to draw someone out. Mixwell will be the first to peek. He gets that one, but again, he doesn't know if Naf is monster or if he's also short. He's going to have to stick it this time. Will Naf peek fast enough? I'm not sure he'll get there soon enough.
No.
He's chancing it.
Oh, he got it.
He did just get it. Wow, that was a nail-biter. The defuse almost happened, and he actually survives the explosion. So, well played there by Naf. It's going to be 4-1 in favor of OpTic. Economy reset for SK. They're going to have to take a save, so OpTic could take a big 5-1 lead here. There is going to be a technical timeout coming in. Apparently, there's still some internet issues kind of running amok right now.
Darn idiot network. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, apparently it's Tarek having the issues. We did see Tarek's ping spike up a good bit, so as it begins to drop down, hopefully we'll be able to just kind of continue on.
Yeah, internet issues are no fun.
No,
that's why I was calling the idiot.
It's one of the unavoidable issues for online CS. It seems.
It's always been a vein.
Indeed.
Always. But I mean, hey, where would we be without the internet? Probably a lot happier. But I mean, besides that, not to get all morbid.
I'll tell you who's really happy right now is OpTic, probably the way this half has played out thus far. They've won some really key rounds. I mean, they won pistol, they got the 3-0 pattern. While they lost the opening gun round, they immediately reset SK with that round victory. Mixwell, really big round there for him, actually. Had a lot of big entries on that B-bomb site. Despite the fact that Cold had like a really good hold on Monster, Mixwell cleared everything else out, and Naf wins a close one-on-one against Fallen. And so it looks like we are ready now, so we should be unpausing this here momentarily and getting back into this game again. Winner of this map moves on to the grand finals. It's a 1-1 series. SK crushed OpTic on Dust 2. OpTic wins a pretty close game on Cobblestone, so it all comes down to Overpass to figure it out. And while SK Gaming are very well known for their Overpass play, they find themselves quite behind early in this match.
Yeah, on the back foot, just some upgraded pistols, SK. And on the favorite side, as mentioned, it's going to be a little bit of a rough uphill battle here. OpTic Gaming, what, you think they get to 5-6? They're feeling pretty comfortable going on the CT side?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those maps where the CT side is usually where you generate most of your rounds. Now, SK is pretty well balanced on this map, being able to find it on both ends of the map, but yeah, for OpTic Gaming, the fact that they haven't played this map in 3 months, and they've never played it with this configuration, with this 5, you know, getting you know, this type of start on the T side is really good. Definitely a little bit shocking, but we'll see if they can keep it up, as looks like they are going to be looking to take this A-bomb site once more. just pistols, as you noted, for SK Gaming. They have like a really fast flank setup though, because they have 2 players pushing the connector, so this could get a little bit dicey for OpTic.
And Tark's gonna be a close and personal. We'll be able to deal with Cold. Fallen, Silencer's P killing Mixwell. That's the flank you were talking about. Somehow Fallen makes it work no matter what weapon he has. Whenever he flanks, he seems to always be able to get at least 1 kill. As OpTic Gaming, Tark on 2 HP, getting a 3K, gonna be able to shut out that round. So 5-1. They're already in a strong T-side position with this score. Let's see how this works out now. As SK, no money for the op unless... Yeah, no money. And they didn't take a loan. Just imagine that was an option.
Yeah, it's going to be the 3 M4s here for SK, and then Fallen going to have the Mag 7, so he's definitely going to be a bit handicapped. But maybe he can put this Mag 7 to use up close and stairs or something like that, try to make something happen. We have certainly seen OpTic put a lot of pressure on stairs. They're actually one of the few times I've seen a team commit 2 players to stairs so often. Normally their default's like a 3-1-1, 3A, 1 stairs, 1B, but they've really put 2 to 3 players stairs almost every round to really make sure they can get control of it. It's definitely been a focus of theirs, and so far they've done well to put it to use. As Fallen is going to take a little bit of nade damage there, down to 75 HP after that HE.
I've also noticed whenever Fallen doesn't have an op on this map, he typically, even with rifles, will go towards connector, and he'll be the lone player from SK there. Last time I watched them, almost every time he didn't have an op, it was right back to the connector position. Either top connector by bathroom or straight up in connector with the mag. And oh, the timing, he looks away towards the stairs and he will get punished for it. So now man advantage for OpTic. SK a little spread thin as FNX is alone towards long in the bathrooms. And SK now have to go 2-2 on each site. OpTic Gaming are in the driving seat. The bomb is still towards T-spawn. So a little undecisive as to where they would like to go. But it looks like the target is going to be the B site, and let's see if they're going to clear Cold out of this position. He's been able to get a couple frags from there before. That smoke's going to give away his position.
Yeah.
30 seconds, though, OpTic. Not too much going in their favor besides Cold being a solo towards Monster.
Yeah, he has no help, and no one's even close. I mean, SK Gaming have really put all their eggs in this basket of the A-bombs. Like, Taco finally doubling back, but will he get there quick enough is going to be the question. Pot flash from coldzera. He wants to hold this pipeline. He's going to be able to get 1 kill, but evenly traded, so that means 4-on-3 still for OpTic. FNX, though, on the flank, able to put a bullet between the eyes of Tarek, but Mixwell, he fights right back into this, and he'll finish it off the job. Hat trick for Mixwell, 6-1 lead for OpTic Gaming. Money again low on SK Gaming. No one even breaching $3,000, so the save is coming once more, and OpTic are building up a shocking lead on this T side. Look at Fur, no kills. No one really doing much there except for Fallen and coldzera.
From? Is this just SK not playing their game, or is this just an OpTic playing with fire?
I mean, again, short of Fallen getting some early picks with the op, and coldzera having a couple of decent, moments on that long B. Everywhere else, OpTic has won their battles. I mean, everyone on OpTic is playing well at this point. I mean, there's no one negative. I mean, your big trio of Rush, Mixwell, and Tarek are all performing. This is like the ideal scenario for OpTic, where everything's clicking, everything feels right.
And they haven't gotten ecoed yet, which was a problem on the first map. They lost a couple times to pistols, and their anti-ecos seem to be pretty slow, methodical map control, inch by inch, and not losing to pistols is definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
As now OpTic gonna regroup after getting that opening pick. And will we not see SK in the final? That would be something else. As the boys on OpTic are gonna regroup and fall back to T-spawn. With a minute on the clock, they can pretty much do whatever their heart desires, even play on the swings for a little bit if they wanted to. As now they're going to be a little concerned as if anyone on SK decided to push up, but again...
Yeah, both B players push short, and they're actually going to bypass it and go straight through long B, so this is actually, like, really awkward rotating here from SK Gaming. Obviously, they have to gamble. They only have pistols, but unfortunately, they've kind of moved, and well, never mind. Fur and Fawn actually will make it to B site, and Taco still has connectors, so they're not that bad off. But it's just they don't really have the firepower to stop this. OpTic just rolling all 5 players out long. But Fallen and Taco all of a sudden get a couple of kills, but that little positive note is very short-lived as you see OpTic close down with those final 3 frags pretty rapidly. And so it's 7-1 in favor of OpTic. SK Gaming back onto the bye, though. Op will be back in the hands of Fallen. We have talked about how he's had a lot of success finding early picks, but outside of that, OpTic are just playing so well. Again, this is like one of those things where some of these players, like Naf and Tarek particularly, are like really hot or cold players. Either they're on or they're off, and it seems like right now both of them are feeling really good about themselves. They're playing a great game. So is the whole team.
Yeah, and And there you go, that smoke and flash coming over. Not going to deny Fallen that opening pick that we were talking about. He is going to rotate out towards long. I imagine he is going to hold that angle. He is on top of that flower box. So he's going to be posted up there, but no one from OpTic, they haven't really had any long pressure. Mixwell alone this time, not committing two players towards this room, and Mixwell going to clear it. He is too quick as Mixwell. He's going to stir the pot, and FNX is down, so now man advantage for OpTic.
Yes, I mean, this is making it even more difficult for SK Gaming as OpTic find themselves yet another really early advantage in a round. And again, SK Gaming, they lose this round, you're right back to saving again, and OpTic are starting to get close to double digits on the T side of Overpass. Again, a map they haven't played in 3 months against the best Overpass team in the world. This is pretty crazy stuff going on for OpTic. They're really playing some just excellent Counter-Strike. As Fur, though, he has a chance to find perhaps his first kill of the half and make a big plays up close on the smoke.
Yeah, he had fallen there as well towards long, but if Nafly is going to be able to lurk out towards B, clear the site, and get a kill, there's no reason not to just rotate back, especially with Connector as clear as it is. Taco's going to find Tarek, but he gets lit down to 14 HP. So now this is a man advantage for OpTic Gaming. Health on Naf and Taco, pretty similar. But this is still another hard retake for SK. No mollies to clear out the positions. Just a flash and a nade, really.
Man.
And this might just be a Canadian OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, Mixwell is just styling right now. Dude, he's having one of the best games I've seen. I mean, and Mixwell has been their star player, right? He's been old, reliable, and then since that, almost every game he plays for this team, he puts up big numbers. And so the fact that he's able to do this against SK is certainly good news for OpTic. And again, there's 7 kills than everyone else on the team. It doesn't get closer than that in frag distribution. So, I mean, a real big team effort from the entire lineup of OpTic right now. And SK Gaming, they're in a rough position. I mean, they did save one gun and they could buy around it, but they're definitely not going to have an op in play, which has actually been the big way that they've been able to get opening picks is with Fallen's op, and they're not going to have that as an option. And they're going to call a tactical timeout because they realize that this map is getting out of control. I mean, OpTic are looking like in a very comfortable lead right now.
Round 10, little to no money to work with either. Maybe just a pistol, or are they going to go all in and force around this AK? Who knows? And when was the last time we saw NSK Gaming this flustered, forcing a pause on the CT side of Overpass? It's been probably never. They're just flustered.
Yeah, this is definitely unfamiliar territory for them, I think, especially on this particular map where they've been so good. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy stuff to think that this is happening right now. They have been so good on Overpass this year, and so to see them struggling against, again, a team that's never played this map with the current 5 that they have, it's pretty crazy stuff. And so if you're an OpTic fan, you're feeling really good about this. This is, again, finally OpTic like breaking through. They qualified for E-League Season 2 recently. They played really well so far throughout this tournament. They're on the verge of qualifying for USL1 New York. They're still in the running for that. So I mean, this is the type of stuff you want to see out of a lineup that's trying to like figure each other out and get together, right? I mean, this is they've been in such a, I don't know, like a kind of a like uncertainty going on because, you know, you had Stanislaw come out for Tarek, then Daps coming out for Stanislaw, and so it seems like it's been a situation where they've been trying to figure things out, trying to get their roster stabilized, and they're finally at that point, and now it's about trying to figure out a way to make all the parts work. And figure out like who's going to play what role best, what type of style do they want to use? Do they want to keep that same slow, methodical style they had before? Or do they want to kind of have a little bit more of a looser, aggressive feel to them? And I think right now they're finding kind of a happy balance between the two. And right now on this particular map, everyone's performing well. So this is like that dream scenario where everything's going your way.
And now you're going to see Mixwell. I guess he's feeling really hot with the rifle on this T-half. He hasn't really had the op in his hands once, for the most part. And so he's going to stick with the rifle, and Tark's going to be the man to take it over. I mean, the AKs across the board have been working really well. It's a switch up to pick up the op. I'm interested to see where Tark's going to go. Maybe he'll try to actually just outpick Fallen at one point towards Party, as Fallen's, that's typically his most popular spot where he goes for the
I think that's the one thing that OpTic are still trying to figure out. And this even dates back to when Daps was still shot calling for the team, is that how do we the opping situation, because Mixwell was the primary opper, But the thing is, he's such a good entry fragger with an AK. And so Rush, I feel like, needed someone to complement him. Like, he needed someone who's going to be able to follow him up regularly to, like, trade frag their way into sites. And Stanislaw and Naf are both guys who like to take a more passive approach, more of a lurk role, or more of like a third guy in type of situation a lot of the time. So it's about trying to pair up Rush with someone who wants to go in and trade frag. And Tarek can be that guy. But Tarek also does like to, you know, do his solo things as well, and he likes to op. So I think they're still trying to figure that out. I've seen almost everyone use the op at this point, except for Rush, I feel like, lately. So I think that's still something they're trying to sort out.
And now I guess SK, they're taking the whole 5-minute pause. I mean, why not? You have the whole time, especially after only getting one round on your CT side and you're on round 10. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. There's first, there's what's going wrong in game. Second, there's what do you want for dinner. And then there's the third topic of what is OpTic doing? Like, how are we, what's going on here? And I guess you broke it down perfectly. It's just
Mixwell's doing so well opening up B. I mean, that's really been like the biggest thing. But again, you also just have OpTic completely out-fragging SK across the entire board. There is like no, like if you line up the top fragger to bottom fragger for each team, OpTic's winning in every single slot.
Well, let's see if this pause is going to make them cold. As Fallen going to be trying to take this peek, and there you go. That's Tark towards birthday, and there's Rush to open up on cold with the help of Stan. So just like that, though, OpTic Gaming finally opening 2 frags. Granted, against kind of half buy coming up from SK, they'll force up a little bit around the 5 AK. And Taco having no luck with his 5-7. And OpTic Gaming, this is what they do beautifully so far on this map, is they get the opening pick, they fall back together, so their default's able to spread out, get the opening picks, they regroup and execute together, and it's flawless, yes.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely not making really many mistakes at this point. And I mean, it certainly makes it a lot easier on you whenever you're able to just get an instant 5-on-3, just catching Fallen's op aggression at Fountain. Rush also picked up on Cold Zero over on the B side of the map. FNX making it a little bit better. We actually do have 2 AKs in the hands of FNX and Fur, but there's still a man down, and the A-bomb side is wide open. I think Taco may make it here just in time before OpTic get into the site, but he's going to have a difficult time stopping this bomb from going down. In fact, there's no way for him to stop it.
Yeah, he's going to have to fall off as FNX and Fur, they don't look like they want to save these rifles. They look pretty committed at this point, as they know next round they're going to get a strong buy, so might as well test your odds. Spin the wheel that is CS and see if it is going to come up green for you. Percent jars. So the push is coming out. Tark's going to find Taco. Rush from Truck's able to find Fur. And FNX last one up. And yeah, the odds are not going to come up for SK. He's going to try to get out of dodge with his AK.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where they wanted to go for it, but at a certain point you realize it's not going to happen. And so you might as well try to hold on to the gun as best as you can. FNX still trying to see if he can't find exit kills, stay alive, keep this AK in play for next round, at least save them a bit of money going into round number 11. But OpTic, they're up 9-1 on T-side overpass against SK Gaming. Didn't think I'd ever say that.
I was gonna say, I bet you never thought you would say that.
No, not at all. This is a shocking but really cool result out of OpTic thus far. It's not over yet, of course. A double op setup will now be out for SK Gaming, so they're throwing the kitchen sink at OpTic now. I mean, this is them, you know, starting to feel the pressure, and now they're trying to see if they can't get the Fallen Cold Zero double op magic going.
And it is going to be easier at this point for OpTic Gaming once they switch over. This is the hard part of this game, is playing a flawless T-round without getting opening picked on, as weird as that sounded to say. Yeah. As long as you don't let SK get the opening picks on you and you're able to get them, which is with ease it seems to be, as OpTic's able to do that. On the CT side, you feel more in control, you feel more relaxed, and heck, they don't even have to go for that pick kind of style on their own CT side.
And as Tarek continues to hold on to the op, so I feel like it's kind of map dependent, because I feel like I was seeing Naf use it on Dust 2 a lot, but now we're on Overpass and you see Tarek using it a good bit, and Mixwell using it less and less, it feels like, as this roster develops. But we'll see. Tarek did get that opening pick in the fall in last round, so we'll see if he has similar fortune this time. As the one difference here is that Fur is actually leaning really heavy towards A with FNX and Fallen. They have the commitment to battling it out here, but FNX is actually going to get like a 1-on-3 at long A, so this could get a little bit dicey.
Wow, and he's going to lose it straight up to Stanislaw, not even get one. Fallen will return it. There are still 2 members here towards bathrooms for SK, so OpTic, let's see how they respond with an even trade. With 40 seconds on the clock, that nade's going to do no damage. That would have clipped went over, but instead it clipped the bathroom sign, and Cold, the secondary operator, if that door opens and catches him off guard, he is just going to reposition. And OpTic Gaming looking to execute 2 up short, 2 up monster, and that's a rare missed shot from Cold, and he has to fall back and he'll get caught off. Taco, Molly's going to force him out of position, he'll just get one, so just like that, OpTic Gaming regrouped and are able to take the B site and spot the flank of Fur early. There you go, I can do it, I promise.
Big kill there from Fallen, though. He gets it back into a 2 versus 2, but they don't have a kit. There's no way really back into this for them. Too much time has expired in all of this. But Fallen, he's trying to see maybe there's still a chance. Again, they need to move quick. There might be a kit down somewhere in this site. So Fallen will actually be able to find the kill there on to Naf. Now it's all on Tarek. 1v2. He's hiding inside the pool. What a pixel shot on Fallen. And now he just tags Fur with the P250. Tarek looking to put this round away. Fur's running out of time. He's chasing down Tarek, but Tarek won't let him have it. And that's a big 2K for Tarek to close that one off. What a well-played round. But you gotta think, the fact that Cold doesn't get anything off that op, and he's 6 and 10, this is just so uncharacteristic of Cold.
That's insane. And
OpTic are playing so well to punish that. I mean, again, everyone on OpTic are playing so well.
So is it safe to say they're a little slanted, a little tilted, a little
maybe. If you're Cold and that just happened to you, he misses the shot and he can't even get away because he gets caught with the spray down as he's jumping in the water. I mean, that's definitely frustrating to experience.
Oh, and it's only going to get more frustrating as they're going to walk through that smoke and catch Taco off guard with the Molotov, forcing him out of position. Cold towards water. Can he get something done? He's going to find one. Now that he's getting flanked, though, from that fly from short. Fur almost does it with a CZ. He gets one. Rush will get tagged down, but OpTic Gaming once again brute force into the B bomb site, Fallen in FNX. Not the best kind of utility to make this happen. As OpTic Gaming might get an 11th round on the T side against SK. This is unreal. I mean, that's really the best way to describe. That's if you get to describe this in one word, that was probably the best one to use. But hold on a moment here. FNX, he's feeling a little wily right now. He's in clutch mode. He's in the zone. We'll see if he has a chance here. Again, no kit, so that's really going to make him press for time a bit more than he maybe like to play around with, dancing around the pool. And Tarek again finishes him off, and Tarek moving up and tying, or not tying, excuse me, it's actually Mixel with 13, still top fragging. But he got 4 guys in the double digits here, and Stanislaw not so far away. And I mean, the system's just working so well for OpTic right now. Again, they're firing on all cylinders. They haven't run across something that hasn't worked for them yet, I feel like. They're playing a great game. And Tarek, who I know when he initially came on board, struggled a bit, has been feeling a lot more comfortable lately, it seems. He has been.
Of course, he's been getting the freedom to do whatever he wants, so certainly that helps, I think.
Oh, FNX going to be peeking with an op towards connector. Fallen going to trade out 1-for-1 again, and I feel like we're casting an alternate reality kind of game. Like, we're not in our own dimension. This is the world where OpTic's #1 in the world. We won't go that far.
Certainly, like, just the way this looks, it just doesn't look like. I mean, you're watching the best overpass team in the world getting beat by a team that's never played it before as a 5. So this is definitely Bizarro land. There's no doubt about it. But let's just focus on the game here, because right now we're watching some cool history unfold. If OpTic are in fact able to keep the ball rolling here and actually move on to the grand finals over SK Gaming, that would be certainly a storyline we wouldn't have expected to talk about when this tournament kicked off. But lo and behold, they're in prime position to do it.
Oh, wow, Taco. They're going to triple face him. The Molly comes out as well. He's going to be forced out of position once again. Rush is so quick with that shot. And Mixwell with a follow-up. OpTic Gaming once again flush Taco out of his position and are able to get both entries flawlessly. And OpTic Gaming, this retake's going to be hard with 2 ops for SK. I don't even think they're going to go for it. They're going to be saving. OpTic going to get to 12 on the T side of overpass. That's some insane play.
And it really just feels like OpTic are just destroying this B-bomb site, whether it be late round B executes where they get control of washrooms first and they transition the connector into like a late split up short, or whether it just be like a 5-man push out monster early in a round, where we actually saw this one round where I think it was like Mixwell just pushed through a smoke at monster and just like killed Taco at barrels and just rolled into the B-bomb site. So they're doing it at various speeds, but they almost always wind up in that B-bomb site, and guys like Taco and Cold are struggling to defend it. I mean, you got Cold at 7 and 12, you got Taco 6 and 12. Fur, who's kind of the rotator who bounces between the 2 sites, is at 3 and 12. So again, just full domination from OpTic Gaming, and really just being able to like execute that B bomb site in various different ways at different times on the clock, and so far all of them have worked.
Well, let's see. It is late, but is this guy going to start to get a read on this? As OpTic Gaming, Park's going to take this peek once again. FNX is there. He has that M4, and he is going to be playing towards bathrooms. He's alone once again, and I feel like SK have just recycled the same default a couple times through. This time Fallen's not going to be here, but it is going to be more of a B presence for SK due to OpTic just being able to out-trade and get the entries that they need.
Yeah, it's like Fallen's like, all right, I've had enough of this. I'm bringing my op to B. Like, I'm sick of losing this side of the map. Let's see if I can't put a stop to it with the op. Surprised it took this long for them to make like a heavier adjustment over here. Again, I think OpTic's done a good job of keeping presence at A in early rounds to kind of force SK to respect this area, despite the fact that they keep killing them at B.
Oh, Mixwell. Door's going to open, and it's going to be right into the op of Fallen. So SK will get the opening pick. Let's see how OpTic... It's been a while since SK were able to get the opening pick without being traded. And, oh, FNX, the poor timing. A Stan just going to walk peek him. So they trade. And now, 4v4 situation. SK rotated someone over early. That's the op of Cold Zera. So he rotated extremely early in this round. He's going to be playing towards Sign. Now he's tasked with locking down Long and bathrooms. But it looks like they want to come back down Connector. And if Fallen's not careful, he might get overwhelmed.
Again, boys.
Yeah, he might just get overwhelmed. He's alone towards B. SK have fully rotated and bought into that bathroom take. And they're going to double push the flank. But if OpTic go soon, it's going to fall apart. Actually going to walk through the smoke. Fallen. Going to get mollied out of his position. Now he has to reposition. Actually, he's allowed to keep holding that pillar. Doesn't spread. He finds one. Can now flag at the return frag. Fallen gets two. Single-handedly keeping SK in this game. And with 8 seconds on the board, it's all on NAF. And there you go. SK will answer back with a round. But a little too late. But it doesn't matter. As their T side is still extremely dangerous.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Fallen, SK Gaming would probably be getting like 14-0'd right now. I mean, I just feel like Fallen's been kind of the one who's been able to find kills. That was the big difference that round and previous ones is, I mean, OpTic do very similar play. They like start out A early, they work themselves in the connector, they look to take control of short and split B. And in this particular round, Fallen's finally there with an op, and he gets like 2 really big kills and buys his team time to flank through connector themselves. So Fallen being the difference maker in this round, but again, yeah, you gotta wonder if it's a little bit too late. OpTic already have 12 rounds in their T side overpass. I mean, they'd have to actually melt down on CT side at this point for SK to win.
Yeah, they'll have to absolutely have an internal just shutdown.
They would have to tilt off the face of the universe to lose this map now, I feel like.
Yeah, it's almost in the bag at this point. It's the final round of the half, and they're up 12-2 over SK. It's almost insane as FNX is going to get caught out. This time he will lose that. Tarek's going to win that duel. Fur close. Will be able to find a return frag. So SK with the man advantage, and Fur smartly just going to fall off and put himself in a stronger position as rotations comes through. Well, they've been on the clock, though. OpTic Gaming don't really have to commit to anything, as Maxwell is going to be holding down the long angle. And Nafly, tagged down to 51, is going to be behind him, so it looks like they are going to commit to this site. And there's 2 players close here as well.
So it's actually looking okay for SK Gaming. They do have a 3-on-2 here, and Taco will just finish it off all by himself.
Just
so
like that.
They do get the last 2 rounds of the half, so they somewhat perk up a bit after their timeout, but still, I mean, OpTic are just overwhelmingly ahead. I mean, if they win pistol now, it's pretty much a done deal to get to that point. So SK Gaming would have to have a brilliant T side, and OpTic would have to just, again, they'd have to have some type of just breakdown, just a full collapse. Because, I mean, again, look at the scoreboard here for OpTic. Your top fragger has 14 kills, your bottom fragger has 10. I mean, the spread is so tight. Everyone seems to be having an impact in this one for OpTic, and they're just a few rounds away from making the grand final over SK Gaming, who were the favorites to win the whole thing.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. It's 12-2. Gonna be going live shortly for the pistol round. And you're gonna see a kid on Nafly. What's Rush gonna pick up? He hasn't purchased anything yet. He's just gonna go for armor as well. SK in the meantime, Fallen once again, going to be the man to drop a... I think he dropped a Tech 9 over to Taco, so the raid boss is out and a smoke on Fallen as well. And this is the round where SK need to make this comeback happen. They can't afford any kind of falters. And Tark's going to take this peek early. He's going to spot 4 and fall off, so good information grab coming up from Tark, and he gets away with his life.
Yeah, they do back up. They're Stanislav still playing a really close angle, and Tarek maybe is going to be able to do some type of bait where he's able to get a couple of kills or at least do some damage, draw attention, let Stanislav peek out a little bit later and try to mop someone up. But looks like SK Gaming is going to kind of avoid that. They're actually transitioning through washrooms to long, and Tarek's actually not has his eye on it. He's actually on top of the sight box. Now he'll re-peek, but SK Gaming are starting to double back a little bit here. Now they're shuffling into connector. But look at this push right now from Mixwell. He's flanking the bomb carrot and he gets the kill.
And SK have to react to this now. They have to go back and challenge. Rush is going to be here, pushed up Monster, and that's going to be Raid Boss down.
No.
They're going to lose this pistol possibly, as Mixwell's still here trying to be a burden. Cole in the meantime is going to find Stan, so at least something's coming SK's way. Mixwell goes ham! He gets 2, and the bomb once again. Can't stop Mixwell at this point. Godwell, as you guys call him. And it's all on Cold, and OpTic Gaming looking to get to match point and close this out.
I'd like to know what Mixwell did between Dust 2 and now, because he has just been absolutely on fire. While the Frastitution's been really close across the whole team, Mixwell's been like the real standout for me. And some of the plays that he's made throughout this series has been a huge catalyst for OpTic's success. And now, I mean, Cold Zera is the only man that stands between OpTic and the pistol round victory, and
16 seconds.
Yeah, there's not much he's going to be able to do here. Doing a lot of damage, actually. But Mixwell just finishes off with the quad kill. Monster pistol round out of that guy. And so OpTic just 3 rounds away from pulling off a massive upset in this tournament.
That's crazy. That's absolutely
As we really
insane.
haven't had an upset yet in this tournament.
It's been pretty cut and dry for the most part, huh?
Yeah, I guess OpTic TSM was like a close match, but that was expected. But yeah, I mean, Immortals took care of business against Complexity. SK took care of business against Splice. We do have the Immortals Energy game still going on right now. They have the 3rd map still to play. So if Energy beats Immortals, that would also, I guess, be an upset. So we'll see.
Cold spot that player jumping. He's just going to run right up short with support from his teammates as well. Flashes blinding everyone as Naf, though. First one unblind. He's able to get the first pick. Taco will find one, but it doesn't matter. It's all coming up OG. As it's all on Stanislaw now. They're going to hear the bomb getting planted, and he's going to try to push up and kill that bomb planter. But money regardless for SK. As OpTic Gaming, I think this is going to be a pretty cut and dry retake for them as well. As it's all on Fallen. And he will get dealt with. So OpTic Gaming with 14. Money for SK is going to be there. And it's not going to be a lot of money. So they might just force it.
I haven't seen SK get manhandled like this.
Renegades?
I mean, yeah, but that was not with their full 5.
Yeah,
That's when Showtime was still playing for Fur. So this is definitely unexpected. I mean, I'm just kind of like baffled. Like it's like shell shock trying to like just look up at the scoreboard and realize this is reality right now. So again, OpTic have to be really proud of themselves. It's not over just yet though, so they can't begin to celebrate quite yet. But they're playing some excellent CS right now, and SK are struggling to fight back. As they will buy up all they can this round. They must. I mean, they got the bomb plant in the last round. They know OpTic's on approaching map point, so this is their last-ditch effort to try to see if there's still not a way into this map in regulation.
Yeah, and it's a new feeling for SK that they typically are the ones to do the spanking, I guess, if you want me to phrase it like that. As Taco's going to find Stanislaw, though, and Tarek's just going to fall back due to them losing the first man. And they're going to regroup towards site. SK. The AK of Taco doing work, but they don't have too much else to work with besides the utility on Taco and the one smoke on Fallen, so this is where it gets scary now, as the execution with the 2 mollies on OpTic might just get snuffed out. Let's see what they're going to do. With a minute on the clock, they are going to regroup towards long. Bomb's going to fall back all the way to long, so looks like SK are pretty sold on this long take. And OpTic Gaming, though, not panicking. I have 2 players here, and Tarek as well as Mixwell.
Look at this. Naf is pushed long and Rush pushes short, so they're going to be able to get to connector and actually flank this, or they could just hold, because there's a chance that SK can transition connector to B. So that's why Naf's actually still kind of sticking at sandbags, but now you see Rush and Naf begin to rotate. So they'll actually have all 4 here when the execute happens.
Wow, they are indeed. That smoke going to block Mixwell's vision. I have an inkling he'll jump through it, and that's what he'll do. He's going to get himself in the cubby and play off the smoke. It's kind of like a one-way for him, and with 20 seconds, SK have to commit. Is OpTic Gaming going to do it here? SK Gaming are running in. Mixwell gets 2. There's Tarek, and just like that, OpTic Gaming have gotten the match point against SK, and Fallen will get dealt with. What a game so far from OpTic, and they're on match point.
And I think this match will go down as like how OpTic won the Battle of B on both sides of the map.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 of these rounds that OpTic have won in this half has been through flanks on long B. Mixwell pushing on pistol round with the quad kill on a monster flank, catching the bomb from behind. And then that round, you see, again, OpTic able to push through B, clear it, get all the information, and double back to A, and have a full 4 members there to defend that execute. And then, of course, all T side long, OpTic was just crushing the B-bomb site. So that's probably the big takeaway from this. But it's not quite over yet. SK, maybe they have that outside chance to march 12 rounds in a row and get themselves into OT. But so far, OpTic not going to really give that option much chance, as they do have the opening 2 kills on this round. Cole does get 1 back, but there's still just 3 Tech 9s, all low on HP, and OpTic are continuing to find the frags across the map.
Oh. As the smoke fades, Fallen's gonna be able to find Mixwell. OpTic Gaming now 3 members up against the 2 of SK. What can they do? As Nafly is gonna get a rotation coming in early. You're gonna see Rush rotating the site, and it's all on Taco and Fallen. Is OpTic Gaming about to do this and make it to the finals of the iBUYPOWER Fall Invitational? You've seen Nafly peek from site. He finds Taco. It's all on Fallen, and he's able to find the return frag. But Fallen in a 1v2, bomb is on his back, so he has a lot of wiggle room here. As Rush is going to spawn and pushing up the site. Can Rush close this out? And Stanislaw will from behind.